some thoughts based on some observations, right? We gonna work with it though. Women and friendships and relationships. Like from my observation, it seems that at some point, women get to a point in the relationship where conflict comes up on a deeper level, right? Everything can be real cool on like the surface, you know. Let's for the sake of this, let's layer it by like 10. So as long as we at the 1 and 3 level, we okay. We got general conversation and stuff like that. But once you start going past the 3, you going into spaces of a deeper connection. And so with a deeper connection comes a deeper love for the person. And the narrative gets confused because you could have two friends who one of the friends is like messing with a guy who's not good for her. And the friend, the bestie, she sees it. And the way she communicates it, it first comes up through anger. Now, the root of why she's saying something in the first place is out of love because she hates to see her sis going through this with a nigga that don't deserve it, right? But then, but she's angry. So she's sad and she's angry about it. It's a lot of different emotion going on. Because, like, bitch, what are you doing? You better than this, you know? And in that stir of emotions, odds are the first attempt at trying to resolve this matter is going to come from a place of anger. Like, bitch, you dumb, what are you doing? And then it's like it just get heated, right? Or if you share your opinion with a friend about something like a limitation, and you let them know and stuff, and somehow like offense is taken because how do you know? You don't know everything. It's like, well, I do know something about this because I've been through it. So I can recognize it because I've been through it. It's almost like I feel like in some cases, like maybe a friend of mine felt like I was judging them or telling them they weren't good enough, when no, I'm literally telling you because I've been there and I don't want you to be there. But the offense is taken and stuff. So like for me, the biggest thing in female relationships that I think will really help to get things on a better track is like communication from that tender place, right? So like if you mad at your friend about something, like take a moment to sit back and say, okay, where is this coming from? Why am I really upset? Because maybe you have a friend, because this Libra, like she has to isolate. Like I have to in order to balance out so that I can do life the way I want to. And so maybe there have been instances where possibly that was taken in the wrong context. You know, maybe somebody felt like it was something personal against them because you know that phrase, oh, she acting funny. No, she ain't acting funny. She's regulating herself because her shit's off and she just need a minute. Sometimes I sit in here and I don't listen to shit. I might listen to some music. I'll put like Cat Williams on, but hit mute because I gotta filter out all of what I've heard, and I get downloads and stuff. It's a lot going on with me that I'm learning, that has been going on, but now I'm understanding me better, and I can't do that in the company of many, you know. So like friends of mine, like that's like a prerequisite. You got to understand that I have to go off the grid from time to time to manage myself. And it don't have nothing to do with you. See, I didn't know how to communicate that before because I didn't know that about myself. So now that I know that about myself, I can let my circle know. And I'm sharing this like this, so hopefully it's helpful for you. I can let my circle know, hey, consumption done been high. I need to filter through some things, get some things out. So, you know, I'm going to be at home base. And, you know, because going to all the concerts and going out to dinner, you know, Atlanta, like thinking about throughout my life, all the things I've done, it was so much consumed, and I had kids and I really didn't have time to so I slept hard and I slept long. Okay. I was not the person to get up early. I was the person who slept as late as she could. Even when I was in school, like I had to, like people who worked, oh my gosh, I give you guys props because all I could do when I got out of school was go home and go to sleep. I didn't know that I was an empath, and there's so many things I didn't know about myself. And so now that I can look back, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Like it was just time periods where I would stop going outside and I would just be in the house. because I needed to balance myself out, you know? So I think communication, because us girls, like, the relationships and stuff we have is so catty and it gets so messy, and we just all up against, like, I find it so crazy that watching this Chris Brown documentary, that it's women out here that are victim blaming, right? Like, you signing up with this guy saying, oh no, he would never do that, knowing you don't know him personally. I mean, you can be a fan and you can follow people, but you don't be alone with them in their thoughts and what they're capable of doing. Okay? And it's like you side with the man instead of siding with the woman. Like, you're not seeing yourself. That's what I gather. We as women, we don't see ourselves in other women's, and that other women, and that says to me, we have all been so disassociated with ourselves, to the point where we're not even standing up for our own tribe. Females, women, you know, people like R. Kelly, Diddy, like, these men, like, we allow them to stand in between us. I'm not saying women don't lie, but if the same narrative keep coming up about a person, it is very much possible that that narrative is true, because nobody really knows. Okay, if a young woman says she was sexually assaulted by someone else, it's possible that it happened. And as a woman, I owe another woman that open-mindedness to consider that she was hurt. Because if it happened to me and then I'm reaching out and everybody telling me I'm lying, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up. Because as a woman, it's possible. Because these men ain't never respected us. So why wouldn't they assault us? Why wouldn't they beat us? Why wouldn't they? Oh, she don't look all that good. He couldn't have chose her. Yeah, that's why he did. These little loner girls, I learned that from Jeffrey Epstein. They pick up these little girls from these little poor areas because they feel like these people, they are not fully human. They don't add quality to the existence here on the planet. I beg to differ. We all do. We all do. Nobody is more important than anyone else in the eyes of God. He loves us all. Gaia, our ancestors, we are all so loved and supported. Nobody is more important than anyone else. But this is how we treat each other. And in the girl groups, on a massive level, I listen to my husband and his friendships and stuff. The guy groups just don't have the stuff going on that we have going on, girls. We have to recognize that there is a division within us as a collective and within ourselves. I've closed in the gap on that. This isolation period has been the longest one. It's because I've been raised the kids and, I had time. But this has been the longest isolation period for me. And I've observed so much about my own behavior towards myself and others and all of us. We talk about we need a leader or somebody to lead us out of all of this, like, oppression and violence and stuff like that. We need each other. That's why things won't get better, because we won't tap into each other. We got a woman, a credible woman, running for president. Yeah, she done did some things in the past. We all have. It's like some people just aren't allowed forgiveness. Some people that did something 20 years ago, they still got to be held accountable for that shit today. I did shit from my past that I learned from and I don't do today. So this credible woman, she's not being supported by women. And I think with what happened with the courts and them taking our rights as far as our body and abortion and things like that, if anything, it should have made all of us girls line up, because they ain't for us. They taking our rights away, the guys. They are literally taking our rights away. Their masculine energy, they have brainwashed us so much. We so deep in our masculine. So deep. If we lined up with each other, girls, I believe overnight. But God has let me know things take time. So I'm going to get into a more realistic space. I'm doing my part to help bring us together. And I hope you will too, by opening your mind and really questioning the hatred that you have for other women, because it is a reflection of you. It is. It's a reflection of how you feel about yourself. And this country hasn't helped us to feel good about ourselves. So I understand where it's coming from. But I'm speaking on it because I want to offer, when we speak about things, that's when it can be healed. So I'm speaking about it because I would very much like it to be healed. I don't like investing time with people and then we get to that fourth uh, level of depth in our relationship and things go haywire because the communication. I'm still doing the same thing, but some women, they get the insecurities, I think, come up. You know, like, it's a lot of jealousy and cattiness and all of this. And all of us are beautiful. All of us are wonderful girls. We really are. We have so much more to offer to ourselves and to others. We are the answer that we have all been looking for. It is us, girls. It is us. And we must take responsibility and do what is right so that our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, and so forth and so on can live a better existence than us. And we can start with us now because we're still alive. So we can still live in it and thrive in it, no matter what your age is. If you're alive, you can be a part of this love for ourselves movement. Love for the future generations. Because we have everything we need. We have all the technology. We have so much social media where all the groups can come together and we can share. You know, we can continue to break down this wall of segregation. You see, before it was segregation with black and white people. Then it was segregation within white people and black people. And then it was segregation within ourselves, from myself and myself. So the segregation, it just keeps going deeper, okay? It just keeps going deeper. So, these are my thoughts, my prayers. Things are changing. Things are changing.